This particular screenshot is from Minitab. Out of these all possibilities, we will use the following plots: scatter plot, histogram, dot plot, box plot, interval plot. This much in our descriptive statistics module. The probability plot and probability distribution plot will be discussed in the inferential statistics module, and therefore not now. The line plot, bar chart, pie chart, time series, area graph, these plots are also there, but this is not directly really related to statistics. Rather, it is related to data analysis in general. Still, we will discuss this at the end of this module. Speaking of visualization, let us start with the histogram itself. What I have done is, I have taken the benefits data that we have already discussed in central tendency and dispersion and copied that data in Minitab in the first column C1. To generate a histogram, just go to graph and histogram, then select this particular option with fit. Click OK, and here initially this will be blank. Just double click on benefits, it will be added here. Then click on OK. The histogram will be readily generated. Now you can show the value of frequency in this graph by selecting add and then data levels. Use Y value levels. If you select, then the frequencies will be displayed like this. Now the interpretation is, in the x-axis we have taken certain beans. Beans mean range of values, like from 0 to 1000 we have 17 items. From 1000 to 2000 we have 10 items. Like that we have made this frequency distribution. And the mean and standard deviations are computed using the data sample standard deviation and sample mean, and a normal distribution passing through this mean and standard deviation has been shown here. Now instead of histogram, one can use dot plot as well. Dot plot will not give us highly specialized learning other than histogram. It is almost the same format and almost the same data, and representation is also same. The only difference is the size of the beans are smaller, and instead of bar they are putting points. This is the only difference. Now let us discuss the box plot. Drawing box plot is also easy. Like when you have only one type of data, select the simple box plot. If you have two types of data which you want to compare, then use this option. But in this case we have just one data, the benefits data, therefore we will select this option. So once we do this, add benefits here again, and your box plot will be generated like this. Now in order to interpret the box plot, we need to discuss a few points. Now during the discussion of dispersion, we missed out one particular point or one particular measure, which is the quartile deviation. This is one of the deviation for dispersion apart from the standard deviation, variance and range. Now first of all note that how you define a percentile. Basically, a percentile is a percentage of data points behind a particular point. For example, if you say 95 percentile, it means that 95% of the data points are behind a particular point. So like that, if this blue line is your ascending order of the data points that you have plotted, imagine that you have plotted, and then the 50% of in the 50% we have 50th percentile, which is also known as quartile 2 or Q2. Similarly, 25 percentile is known as quartile 1 and 75 percentile is known as quartile 3. As we have already discussed that this point is the median of the data, and therefore quartile 2 is also known as the median. Now the quartile deviation is defined as Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. And there is another measure called interquartile range, which is Q3 minus Q1. Basically it is 2 into quartile deviation. Now let us discuss the box plot and interpret. Note that the extremities of the box plot are nothing but the quartiles, like the lower extremity is the quartile 1 and the upper extremity is the quartile 3, and this midline is quartile 2, which is the median. And for this line, the topmost point is called the upper whisker and is calculated as Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR. Similarly, the lower point of the line is the lower whiskers and it is computed as Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR. Now the interpretation is like this: if the overall width of the box only is less compared to the difference between the two whiskers, like in this case, then we will say that the dispersion or variability or the spread is less in the data. Also, another interpretation is that you see that the median line is such here that the upper portion is more and lower portion is less. This means that the distribution is somewhat right skewed or positively skewed. Now what is that, we will discuss after some time. Last point is the outlier. There is one particular point which is coming even outside of the upper whisker, which means that some special cause variation must be there with this point, which pushes it to the outside and it is like outside of the distribution. So it is always better to neglect this point or to reject this point before making an analysis. Sometimes it is customary to not use this point and again draw the box plot by excluding this point. The last type of graph that I want to discuss here is the interval plot. Interval plot, if you select simple interval plot and then select benefit here, benefits column, and go to OK, the interval plot will be generated. It is nothing but it is giving you the mean point and the 95% confidence interval. For a single particular data it may not be so helpful, but if you compare two types of data or same data for two categories, then you may like to compare the interval plot side by side, and it is a good tool for comparison purpose, but otherwise it is not very helpful for a single particular data, like in this case. Now finally, as we have already discussed all these things, central tendency, dispersion and the plots as well, there is a quite handy tool under the basic statistics that is called the graphical summary. If you go there and again add benefits here and click on OK, it gives you the entire statistics, entire descriptive statistics in one go. Also gives you the histogram, the box plot and the interval plot. Now also in interval plot it gives you the plot for mean and median separately. So this is a very good report which gives you all the information related to descriptive statistics just in one page. As we committed earlier, let us discuss the shape parameters of the data. There are two properties basically, the skewness and kurtosis. Skewness accounts for the symmetry of the data. So note carefully, for a perfectly symmetrical distribution, the mean, median and mode will coincide, and we will say that this is a symmetric data and there is no skewness. But if the data is not symmetric, then either the right tail will be prolonged or the left tail will be longer compared to right. So if this particular situation happens, this is called positive skewness, or sometimes it is also called right skewed. Similarly, if such conditions occur, it is called negative skewness or sometimes left skewed. Note carefully that for right skewed distribution, the mode is less than median and the median is less than mean. The relationship is completely reversed in case of a left skewed distribution, where the mode is more than the median and median is more than the mean. The second property is basically the pickedness or flatness. If the data is quite flat enough, then we will say that it is a platykartic curve and the kurtosis is platykartic. And for where the data has a peak, then we will say that it is a leptokartic curve, and for a normal data the curve will be mesokartic. Now let us check these two parameters in the histogram that we have already developed. Note carefully that the right tail of this distribution or this histogram is quite long enough compared to the left side, which shows that this is a right skewed distribution. Also, the nature of the plot shows that it is quite steep compared to the average normal curve, and therefore it is leptokartic. Now what about these values? Just remember that for kurtosis, if the distribution is leptokartic, then this value will be greater than 0. For mesokartic, this will be closely equal to 0, or for perfect mesokartic it will be 0. And for platykartic, it will be less than 0. Similarly, for skewness, if it is a right skewed, then the value will be greater than 0. For symmetrical distribution, it will be close to 0, and for left skewed, it will be less than 0. Here also you can see this is greater than 0. So therefore, the distribution is right skewed, which is already visible here, and the kurtosis parameter is also greater than 0 here, which means it is a leptokartic distribution, which is also visible here.